Jamaica Yards used to have R46 back then. And they used to run on the F line, and of course the majority were on the R. I totally understand, folks, if you disagree with me. But as what I'm seeing here, I could say that the R211 will be heading to Jamaica Yards, especially of those wide doors they have, which it actually helps more with the unloading and loading passengers. The space they have with those doors is easy for people to come in and out of the train, compared to the other trains like the R160 and all the other ones that have smaller doors. Yes, the seating, I understand the seating, is a little more less. And of course they have smaller windows too, also the R211 compared to the other trains, because they wanted to make the doors wider to fit passengers better. This is the reason why I keep saying that the R211 might be heading to Jamaica Yards, all because of that, to decrease the dwell time. You could disagree if you want, folks. It is okay, all right? I understand, folks. I have nothing against any of you, okay? But what I'm saying is, it does make the logical sense to actually put R211 on the Jamaica Yards when it comes to the E and F train, mostly. Because the E and F train are mostly trains that work the most in Queens Boulevard. They work late nights. Yeah, it's not many people as it is during the rush hour time, and mostly during the evening time, the morning time, afternoon time, whatever. But the E and F are lines that are one of the busiest lines in the B division of what I've seen. Riding those trains, I have seen it, especially the F line. It goes from Queens all the way to Brooklyn. All right? And it makes logical sense to put R211 into those lines because they are the busiest lines. Now, I know many of you have mentioned in regards to the B and D train having R211 because of the CPT that's going to be implemented on the 6th Avenue line. Now, if you recall, the F train also goes to 6th Avenue too as well. And they do have R160. So, the D train, okay. I can understand the D train in some point. The D train, it works every day as well as the E and F. I understand. It goes to the Bronx all the way to Brooklyn, to Coney Island. Okay? But of course, the R68s are actually stored, of course, in the concourse, as well as Coney Island 2 also. Now, to put R211As on the B train, this is a line, folks, that technically only works on the weekday, okay? From the morning to evening time. Doesn't work late nights. Does not even work weekends. I have never seen the B train work on a weekend. As what I know. I know a lot of you rail fans, think, okay, well, yeah, because it makes sense because of the CPT on 6th Avenue line. Now, yeah, the MTA has mentioned about implementing that on the 6th Avenue line as well. Right now they're still working on the 8th Avenue. As of now, especially because of the base order of the R211A that's heading to the A and C. So they're trying to work on the 8th Avenue line, which of course the E line also goes there too as well. Now, for the B line to have a fresh factory train of R211, to me, folks, I understand you can disagree all you want, but there's no logic into putting an R211 on the B line. And what's the point of putting an R211 on the Coney Island just for the B? We do know right now that the NQ and W in regards to the CPT, which has not been implemented yet for the Broadway and Astoria line, It was at one point, but I guess the MTA decided to not do it. I guess they feel that they didn't have enough ridership during that time, especially around 2020 when COVID hit. But of course, that line is not as busy compared to Queens Boulevard. I mean, a lot of people might think I'm exaggerating in regards to this, but I'm gonna tell you this, folks. I have been on the E and the F line for so many years, man. I have seen how crowded that train is, man, especially when it hits Queens Boulevard. Oh boy, it's crazy. And a lot of people might disagree and agree. I understand, okay? I understand, folks. But just having R160s on the EF and R line is not enough. They have a surplus of them, yes, I understand that. But those trains do not have wider doors, no matter what. This is the thing that we're trying to explain. It makes sense for the R211 to head there as well. Because the thing is, if you guys remember, Jamaica used to have R46 back then. And they used to run on the F line, and of course the majority were on the R.